So we see Sejuani B1, which is pretty standard. Trundle as a counter pick hasn't really existed for a long time, but it used to be pretty good, so curious to see how that goes. Jax, probably a takeaway. Side has been playing that a lot this season, and it's good with Sejuani as well in 2v2, so if they're just going to look to prio bot lane as everything's up, as we see the Fiora come in, so. And with the top tier AD carries off the board, looks like they're going to go with the Karma priority in bot lane. Karma has a lot of options. You have Sivir, you have Caitlyn left, you have Ezreal, you have even potentially something like Zeri, right? So Annie Flex going to be coming in for Mississippi. Yeah, they dropped the Jhin. Okay, so Kaisa. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that it's, as we switch to Jinx last second, I was going to say I assume that it's actually Annie mid with Kaisa, but with Jinx I think you have a lot more flexibility. I think Thresh is a realistic champ here, but could look for something like that. Zeri is also not the worst here, but against Annie with the point and click CC, it does lose a lot of value because you have to take cleanse.
The Cassio pick, I feel, is extremely good here.
I think Thresh could potentially be a really good pick here, though, is unironically very good as well, as it looks like it's going to be Annie support. As you see Syndra mid coming out. Yeah, looking at summoner spells and keystones here right off the bat, no TP on Syndra for me. I feel like relieves a lot of pressure from the Cassio lane.
Saida doing a little bit of damage onto the Syndra, but nothing going to happen out of it. They're just going to back out, not want to risk too much and have that Jax get any sort of kill.
But manages to clear him out. As you see an engage here in bot. Double flash onto Jinx.
Jinx does get
Single
the
flash.
And that's going to be first blood on to Hunter on the Jhin. Backdoor on this Cassio does manage
no
to
flash
find it.
on Cassio.
Going in on Syndra, but it doesn't look like enough is going to happen. Sejuani matches and is able to get the root down on Annie, I think, but Cassio just goes for the kill before she's even able to. That is massive, very big blunder from the Annie here. She might have to flash. It's coming up very soon. Might be able to get out, but doesn't look like he's actually going to need it. Hunter doing a ton of damage to this Trundle, and he's going to possibly take him out with the ultimate. Does not manage to hit the last one, but Sejuani comes in and cleans up Hunter and Kato running down this bot lane and their jungle, and going to be 3 kills in the bot side. Looking very, very good for ASU at the moment. Very good in getting that kill for the Jinx,
for
possibly
more.
being able to come in. Syndra is going to be coming in behind them, and they're going to try to dive this. Hunter and Sushi taking a lot of damage from the Jinx. Annie going down to the turret. Sushi and Hunter both having to flash out. And Trundle is going to be going down to Hunter and Spectre. Spectre doing very good at responding to this. Sejuani hitting the Glacial Prison onto the Jinx, going to be perma-locked down, and Spectre is going to get that kill, going to flash and actually get the kill on the Annie for the double kill under tower, no minions.
Yeah, Jinx, again, not having flash available there. Kato having the awareness to go for that target over the Annie. Spectre managing to get the Annie, as well as a dive coming out here is going to be pretty clean.
The revenge dive from ASU in response to the failed dive from...
Another good parry here from Saida. Does manage to get the solo kill that time around.
Helping them out just a little bit.
He is forced to reset here for safety and does not have the TP available though, so Mississippi is going to opt to just give this dragon 14-1 on the board. Cassio on a huge 2-item spike. I don't blame them.
7k gold league currently. Sejuani Glacial Prison is not going to hit the Jinx this time around, and they're going to look to turn, but nothing is going to happen here, and they're just going to walk out with their lives. Thankful that Glacial Prison didn't hit.
That used to be standard. Again, PoE kind of was the maker of that build, but I'm not always the big fan of it. Good parry again from Saida here. Deja vu.
Saida is just going to wipe the floor with that Annie, and then look for more as Kato tries to run down the Syndra. Saida does see the Trundle, is going to be forced to flash over the Baron wall, and they're just going to look to continue this. Kato frontlining and doing a lot of damage to this Jax, and they're not able to get much, but Spectre is on the side, could potentially come behind. Trundle is going to be taken down by Saida very quickly, and that is just going to be a free Baron for the side of ASU.
Yeah, even with the subjugate going down onto Kato there, the side of Mississippi does not have enough damage to shoot through his health bar. And that pretty much feels like it's going to be the theme for the rest of the game. especially with Casio investing into the defensive utility of the stone plate. They just don't have enough damage. Yeah, you take what you get there on the side of Mississippi. The shutdown is good, but on soul point here now for the side of ASU, with champions like Casio and Fiora benefiting a lot from this Cloud Soul. Actually, my mistake. Chemtech map also going to benefit from that as well. The Seraph Shield going to be buffed as Casio gets low. The healing from Fiora going to be buffed as she gets low as well.
Spectre wanting to go over to the spot side to 1-3-1 again, but the, Mississippi is looking to go in at any moment's notice. Spectre being too far away could possibly spell doom for ASU, so they're just going to play it safe, keep him in this mid lane. 1-4 is good enough, and two people have to match Fiora, so this is a 4v3 in the mid lane. Kato
And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, where you kind of have to lose one place, and it's just about picking where you're going to lose. As the Glacial Prison going down into Trundle, Subjugate is dropped, but he might drop as well, going low as
Shasha is going to be cleaned up inside of the ASU team. But that is a three-man stun from Syndra, and that is going to be an execute on the Kato, but it does not matter as Spectre and Hunter are going to clean up the rest of this fight. Looks like they're just going to end the game with Saida taking the second inhib in the top side. Jinx not able to do anything as she gets blasted by Hunter under the Nexus towers, and that is going to be game 1, ASU taking it over Southern Mississippi.
Very clean win there from ASU. A couple of mistakes in the mid game, but overall, a very clean game. Kind of walked around the mid lane, didn't really get anything done, as Saida looking for a solo kill here in top lane.
Saida doing very well with his counter-strike and does manage to get the solo kill in the top lane. That's going to be very dangerous in the future for this Malphite. Malphite does tend to have the edge if he gets ahead in this matchup, but could be very scary. Spectre managing to get the solo kill on Gahe, pushing up just a little too far, and that is very unfortunate. That flash being blown going to make sure that he is completely unable to escape, and Amumu is looking to go down towards the Scuttle Crab. Does manage to root down Kato and do a little bit of damage, but nothing's going to really happen in Shaw. Hunter is going to flash and take down Shaw very quickly. Amumu and Zeri are both going to go down in response, and looks like Sushi is going to fall as well, and that is very unfortunate for the side of ASU.
Looking at itemization in this top lane, I definitely think that Lucky is shooting himself in the foot a little bit. I think an early Warden's Mail here could have been really beneficial. Early plated steel caps as well. Opts for the double Kindle Gem, not really getting much done there in terms of items, just has a raw health. As we see the Kaisa ultimate in onto Kato, does manage to secure the dragon as he will fall. Hunter looks to get a return kill here into Shasha, and they will probably walk away after that. Exhaust does go down. They do manage to get the shutdown and both get away with it as QM49 4-0-1 on the Kaisa now. Kraken secured, looking to press his advantage farther. Very low.
She does manage to get the safety. Kato taking a lot of damage with Spectre coming in on the flank, and Spectre is going to be able to take down the Soraka. Malphite ultimate coming down and taking out Kato in response, and Spectre is going to fall as well. QM looking to do a little bit more damage and try to take down this Lulu, and the flash will secure it. Saida trying to do something, but he will fall as well. That looks very bad for ASU, unfortunately.
We're going to enter a bit of a lull state here for a bit. The Baron is spawning, but no team really in a position to start that, so going to be vying for vision and looking to play around picks as Gahe potentially caught out here. Curse of the Sad Mummy is going to go down. Spectre is going to get the kill, and Haddle not able to save him.
Spectre getting these kills is absolutely crucial. Saida looking to do a little bit of trading in this top side. Blade of the Ruined King going off, and Lucky taking heavy damage, but Saida is taking a lot in response as well. Rift Herald is going to be used bot lane. Looks like they're just going to be taking this tower for free for the side of ASU. QM, Shasha, and Haddle are looking to possibly do something and take down Spectre. Haddle does come in onto Spectre. It looks like Kato is definitely going to go down, but Sushi is there to make sure Spectre doesn't fall to the same fate, and that's going to be a 1-0. And Zeri is going to be taking the tower in the mid lane. Kaisa is going to be ulting in and trying to deal heavy damage. Sushi is just going to walk out, and Spectre is out for free, so that is very good. Two towers going out in that little exchange there.
Maybe a fight, but Kato forced the flash. QM49 is going to ult in. No exhaust available for Sushi and is going to go down as well as Kato.
Kato does get a little bit overextended there. It stays out in the danger zone a little too long, and unfortunately Sushi dies because of his sins. It's putting a little bit of pressure in the bot lane. TPing to this ward, though it could spell doom. It could be a free stun from Syndra, and that is going to be a team wipe from ASU as the Silas Malphite ulti comes down. Haddle is going to take down Saida, but Spectre is going to continue running down with Hunter and make sure that Haddle pays the price for it. Does manage to get the kill.
If Kato is there, these fights feel near unlosable. They just need to continue to play cohesively and play around numbers and vision and not get caught out. And it looks like a very, very winnable game for ASU.
Kato using his ultimate on Lucky. Lucky is going to respond by ultimate onto Spectre, but Lucky is just going to fall. And it looks like Kato and Spectre are going
Flash
to
ultimate from Spectre.
Looks like Spectre and Kato are just going to look to mop things up on the other side. Zeri doing very good to make sure that she is in on the fight the entire time, and Hunter could very easily catch Gahe here.
I would definitely agree with that. I think given the wave states on both team sides, no turrets on both top and mid for the side of Mississippi, as well as one Nexus turret down. And on the side of ASU, they have bot lane pushing in favor of Mississippi with their inhibitor down. So both teams' bases really under threat here, and it really just comes down to who can win the fight, as TPs are available on both sides to try to potentially end after a successful team fight.
It is ASU that have the posture at first, but Maokai does manage to get Nature's Grasp out, make him back out. Saida is going to be instantly taken down. Kato is going to Curse of the Sad Mummy 3 people, but doesn't look like any
Good flash by Hunter.
Very, very good flash by Hunter, but he's going to be taken down. It looks like Mississippi is going to be taking this game, trying to end through bot side. Very unfortunate. ASU's early game looked a little bit rough this game. Definitely could have been played a little bit better. Definitely seemed like Kato was just a little bit less comfortable on this Amumu than this Sejuani. And this is going to tie us up with a 1-1 series. Both AD carries this game opting to take Exhaust. Soraka going for Heal and Rakan going for Ignite.
Yeah, I definitely think that it makes sense on the side of Xayah. It's not going to be easier for Malphite. This looks like it's going to snowball very hard. Saida does manage to hit the hook shot, has flash advantage, and no mana on Lucky here to Q away. No flash either, and First Blood is going to go down.
Very quick and easy First Blood from the Camille, and that's just going to be an even bigger CS lead starting to pile up for the Camille. Spectre is trying to go in on Shasha, though. Kato locks down Gahe to make sure he can't burst down Spectre, and Spectre is going to continue to try to do something, but Hunter gets taken down in the 1v1 by QM in the bot side. Shasha is going to be taken down by Kato, however. And it looks like the side of ASU could be pinched. They need to go on QM here if they have any chance of surviving it, and Kato is just going to fall. That's going to be a two-man charm onto the Rakan. Camille is here and is going to be cleaning up one kill, but will not be able to get anything else, as it looks like she's just going to fall before she can finish off the Rise. Very unfortunate, and the game just seems to be slipping away from ASU at the moment as an ace comes out for Mississippi. It is running him down, but seems to be walking away, but Spectre re-engages. Kato turning off this tower, and they're going to be looking to go in on Gahe. Spectre taking a ton of damage and going to fall legendary on Gahe, and he is going to be able to clean up Kato as well. And Mississippi is just going to start Baron, and there's nothing they can do about it. They're just going to get some return bounty gold in mid lane and potentially just try to lick their wounds after such a big loss in that bot side. Very still for ASU, but Hunter is definitely back in this game. Going PD next. Kato is going to try to run down the enemy bot side, but is going to be very quickly taken down. Camille is in the back line and going to fall as well very quickly and not able to do anything. And they are just continuing to make these plays where plays honestly cannot be made at the moment. 12-0 Rise and an 8-1 Kaisa. You're down 5k gold at the moment. Malphite comes in, gets the ult onto Spectre, going to be taking him down. Rise is ulting into the back line. Sushi's going to be very quickly killed in response. Gahe is running down Hunter. Hunter does not have Featherstorm at the moment, so could quickly spell disaster for him, but Kato is back up, going to make sure Hunter is able to
That
walk
is
away
a level
safely.
17 Rise to a level 10 Kato.
Definitely very scary and very unfortunate. Zaya is going to fall, and it looks like it's going to be a very possibly quick game wrap up, but they're just going to walk out.
Yeah, Rise does hit the 10 stacks on Roa, does have the movement speed and the level available now. Asida looking to go back in. Gahe there, though, and does smartly choose not to continue to chase.
Once they're coming back, they need to clear this mid wave and be able to respond to the inhib tower on the top side. Not much they're able to do about the inner tower. Kato walks up a little bit too far. It gets quickly chunked out. Sushi going to be taking a little bit of damage as well. Featherstorm coming out, rooting down this Rise, and they could potentially get the pick, but Malphite ult comes down, hits 3 people, and it is not going to matter. And the entirety of ASU is going to fall, and that is going to be, unfortunately, the game. 2-1 for Mississippi.
And while it is an unfortunate loss on the series today for ASU, I think they definitely have some valuable takeaways in that they need to work on their macro decision-making mid-game, and I feel like outside of that, mechanically, all of their players are playing fine, but it just feels like they're not playing to their win conditions, and